The Black Album is the fifth album by Metallica, and it was released on the 12th of August 1991. After releasing four of the greatest metal albums of all time, Metallica began writing songs for their next record over the summer of 1990, and they completed them all in 2 months. Unlike the writing process for the previous four albums, the Black Album had contributions from bassist Jason Newsted and lead guitarist Kirk Hammett, and not just contributions from lead singer James Hetfield and drummer Lars Ulrich. Their last album, And Justice for All, was their most complex and experimental effort to date, so for their fifth release they wanted to make a simpler, more stripped down kind of record after burning out on more complex songs on And Justice for All. When it came to the production, the band decided to recruit Bob Rock to helm it. They settled on choosing him because they were impressed with his production work on... what album was it again? Oh Christ, no! Because Bob Rock had never produced a metal album in his career, he had the band do some very strange things. For example, he asked them to record songs collaboratively rather than individually in separate locations. Also, he suggested recording tracks live and using harmonic vocals for singer James Hetfield. Rock was expecting the production to be easy, but had trouble working with Metallica, leading to frequent engaged arguments with the band members over aspects of the album. Rock insisted they recorded as many takes as needed to get the sound they wanted, and so the album was remixed 3 times and cost $1 million. The troubled production led to Ulrich, Hammett, and Newsted divorcing their wives due to their packed work schedules. Miraculously, the Black Album was released to universal critical acclaim and commercial success. In the first week alone, it sold over 650,000 copies, completely outselling everything else that was released that week. Not only that, but it peaked at number 1 in over 10 different countries and stayed on the US Billboard 200 for almost 6 years. To date, the Black Album has sold over 30 million units and is one of the best-selling records ever. I've already made my feelings towards Bob Rock known, but how is the production exactly? Honestly, not too bad. I mean, it certainly doesn't justify ruining the band members' personal lives by overloading their work schedules, but the Black Album has a nice, sharp sound to it, with pounding drums, detailed guitar lines, and a nice rumbling bass. James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett both play their guitar parts well, and some of these riffs and solos are among the most recognisable in rock history. I especially like Kirk Hammett's use of a wah-wah pedal in songs like The Unforgiven and Don't Tread on Me. If there's one thing that I don't like about the otherwise brilliant And Justice for All, it's the totally inaudible bass. I hear that album and I think, what a waste of Jason Newsted. Luckily, you can hear him on the Black Album really well, and it helps too that Newsted plays a very assorted and dynamic collection of bass lines, which really get your blood pumping. Alright, I think that's all the members covered. Let's move on. Wait. I forgot about Lars Ulrich. He sucks. Okay, let's move on. What? You want me to explain why? Okay then. Basically, his drumming is really boring. If you've had at least one drum lesson in your entire life, you know how to play all these songs. That's how simplistic the drum beats are. Occasionally he throws the odd, unexpected bass drum accent in, such as in The Unforgiven, but aside from that his drumming is really dull and predictable. Music videos were made for Nothing Else Matters, The Unforgiven, and of course Enter Sandman. These videos were highly popular, and pretty much everyone I've talked to who was alive at the time has said that MTV played these 3 clips all the time. Wherever I May Roam and Sad But True also had videos, but they're both composed of recycled bits of live footage and nothing more. In conclusion, the Black Album is a good but nowhere near perfect album. Like I said, the riffs are extremely memorable, and I like that they are more melodic than the riffs on their previous few releases. I also like that Metallica broadened their horizons with this album, with more ballads, more acoustic guitars, and more mid-tempo tracks. Also, despite being their commercial breakthrough, the Black Album is still very heavy and aggressive. Save for a few moments, it will surely get your adrenaline going. However, what prevents it from being as good as the 4 albums that preceded it is the simplicity. Some of these songs are so basic and boilerplate that they're just boring to listen to. Tracks like Sad But True and Of Wolf and Man have so little to them that they just don't impress me much, and as a result I always skip them. I'm not trying to revive the Metallica-Megadeth rivalry or anything, but I really think Countdown to Extinction does everything that the Black Album did, and then some. The songs on that record are way more complex, yet they're just as accessible, and as a result that album is so much more interesting to listen to. So yeah, I like Metallica's 5th record, but I don't consider it one of the best metal albums of all time. Hell, I don't even consider it one of the best metal albums of the 90s. Painkiller, Heartwork, Nemesis Divina, Seasons in the Abyss, Symbolic, Under a Funeral Moon, Vulgar Display of Power, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream, and Countdown to Extinction are all 90s metal albums that I would definitely rate higher than the Black Album. But yeah, the Black Album's still good, just not amazing.